Good morning, everyone, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's 15-minute market update. Today is Thursday, August 1st, 6:59 a.m. local time. Hope you're having a good day, morning, or afternoon, depending on where you are in the world. Let me protect myself legally by saying that I am not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. I am wrong 99.9% of the time. So if you use real money and you follow me, you have a 99.9% chance of losing it all. This is to be considered game theory for entertainment purposes only, for your fantasy paper trading. All right, guys, so let's take a look at Bitcoin. We're going to go ahead and start off where we left off, on this chart, which is our hourly channel chart. It's still valid. It's still valid. We broke above it. We've come down. We came back into the channel. We back tested those areas. When we left, we back tested. When we came back, we back tested. We now deviated to the bottom. And guess what? I believe there's going to be a bounce. Now, could I be wrong? Absolutely. Now, let's talk about the three paths that I had, because like I told you before, I don't know what it's going to do. The last video that I did for you guys the day before yesterday, we're talking about I would like to see a higher low. A lower high. I would like to see a lower high to confirm that this is a reversal. And I want to see the market structure. Well, the market said, I don't care what you want. It kept on going down. So we had two things. We had this one here for the lower high. And if giving the benefit to the bulls, if we came up to this, but yet we broke above it and we back tested that, then I would look for a continuation. None of these two things happened. So I'm going to go ahead and remove this here with you guys. Since I created it with you guys, I'm going to remove it with you guys. Now, I'm going to remove this here because this is not valid either. Okay, now what do we have? This was our path, alternative path, if the bulls did not show up and the bears were still in control, what I was looking for. And look at what we did. We're supposed to come down here, and we actually did it here. Then I want to see. Then I would expect a move here, and then I would expect a move here. Did I get it right? No, I didn't get it exactly right. It didn't stop to the dollar. But yeah, you have to give me a margin, guys. I'm not going to tell you it's going to stop. It has to stop on the dime. I can't do that. I'm not that good. But I'll give you a range to work with. And I believe this is a pretty accurate range. And we hit it pretty closely. Now, what am I looking for? Well, there's a couple of things that I'm looking for. The first thing I'm looking for is looking at this up thrust candle here. This nice bounce candle gives me I hate saying feeling because you're not supposed to use feeling when you're doing TA, but based on experience, when I see a bounce like this, the first thought, I guess that's the best word to describe it. My first thought is, okay, here's a bounce, but prove to me that this is a reversal bounce. How do you do that? Well, for me, it's going to be market structure. I need to see a higher low being formed. And guess what? I put my higher low rule and we bounced right on 382. So now I'm feeling better. Now I'm saying, okay, this could be a bounce. And every time we bounce here, I thought the same thing and it invalidated. Here, I thought the same thing and it invalidated. Here, I thought the same thing and we rejected hard and we put in a lower low and we kept on dropping. So every time it bounces, I'm going to think the exact same thing until proven right. I'm looking for a bounce, and the bounce is going to be signified by that market structure, and that confirmation is going to be this rule. Now, there is an invalidation to this rule, and it still can keep us in a bull trend. And no, not a bull. We're not in a bull trend. That's the wrong word. We can still give hope that the bulls can still pick up the pace. I guess that's the best way of describing it. And what I mean by that is this. Let me go ahead and get rid of this arrow. We don't need this anymore. Okay. What I'm looking for is if we don't bounce and get a higher low off the continuation rule, we're still set up for a really positive market structure. And we're set up a positive market structure because we can come down and put in a W, a double bottom. We can do it one of two ways. We can come here and put it very close to where we found support, or they can sweep the lows and then go up. And in order for this to be a valid W, I need to see a continuation rule on the underside of that to see if that is a W, because sometimes these go really high and they're not a proper W. So I look for a 382.50 continuation rule. So basically I do one of these. I get the bottom here, I get the top here, and yep, it honored it. So we have two things that I'm looking for now. One, can we bounce off of here and put a higher high? Or now that we put in the inside of a W, we confirm the inside of this W as far as what I'm looking for structurally. Doesn't mean it's going to happen, but structurally, it met the parameters that I look for. So if we don't put a higher low here, I'm going to look for a double bottom. And the invalidation is going to be a candle open below this swing low. If we open a full candle below here, the likelihood is we're going to go further down, and we'll look for more potential downward targets. In this case, you know what? I'm going to leave it for now for this because I have time. It's only been 5 minutes. I'll look for some lower targets for you guys in just a second. Just let me talk about the more probable scenario that I'm looking for, which is going to be a move to the upside. So whether we go to a double bottom or whether we go here and put a higher low, my next resistance area, though, guys, is going to be right here. You have to now flip everything in reverse. Now this prior support is going to be my new resistance. If we can crack here, we're not out of the woods. Now look what we have. We have our channel bottom once again. Remember this? You remember this? When we fell below it, look how long it took us to get back underneath there. Let me get rid of this box. But look how long it got. And I posted this on Twitter to kind of just give you a guide and to show you the importance of a back test. We're going to have that same issue. If we cross here, that's going to be our next area. Now, if we get above that, then we're looking for the medium line on this channel. And if you look left, you'll understand why. Look how strong support and resistance that channel is going to be. So we're going to play one level at a time. But right now, the only focus that we should have is, do we get a higher low or do we get a double bottom? And if that holds, then we can talk about here. Because we can start talking about targets to the upside, but it does us no good if we're not going to hold these lows. Excuse me, if we're not going to hold the reversal in these lows for a pivot, then it does us no good, and we're going to have to take our losses. Or I took some trades with my team on Telegram. I let them know that this is high risk plays. We took on 8 trades, knowing that it's high risk. We haven't established yet which one of these two. However, we're trying to get in front of it. Small positions, invalidations are going to be are pretty obvious. So we took on the risk. If you don't want to learn how to do this, guys, and you just want to be told where to buy, that's what my $25 a month Telegram channel is for. You don't have time to learn. That's fine. I'll tell you where to buy it, and I'll tell you where to sell it, and then you can decide if that works for you. It's only $25 a month. So if you want that, send me a DM, and I'll get you access. I'll get you the access link to sign up. If you want to learn, you know where to go. You go to my Discord, and you sign up to that, and I'll teach you these methods. I'll teach you my system. It's not very complicated. There's a lot more to it than just these two things here that I show you. But again, this is not the platform for the education. But I have to show you at least, some of the things that I do use, basic stuff like this, so you can have an idea what I'm looking for, what I'm talking about, what my invalidation and validations are going to be. So I'm going to show you some sort of educational content in these 15 minutes as much as I can. Okay, so one of my trades, I'm going to get out. One of my trades, I set a parameter for me on the high risk trade that if it hit this, I was going to get out. So now I've got to get out of this trade. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video real soon. Basically, what we're looking for right now, guys, is like I mentioned, bounce here or a bounce here. If not, then we're going lower. And if we're going lower here, let me show you what I'm looking for. If we are going lower, the next area that I'm going to be looking for support is going to be right in here. It's going to be right in here, right in there. Okay, right in there. Actually, I'm going to lower this to here, right there. That is going to be my next zone of support, which is right about 6250, 6250 to get us to that next area here, and see how that reacts. If we can hold there, we're going to look for the same thing. If we invalidate this and we do come down here, nothing changes. Now I'm going to be looking for the bounce, looking for the higher low or the double bottom, so forth and so on, and then we'll tackle it from there. I don't have a crystal ball. All I can do is utilize the TA that I use on every single one of these moves that shows us a reversal, and then I go from there. All right, guys, everyone have a really good day, and I'll talk to you guys later.